find time to find time. As a songwriter, I know how to write a song, right? So I'm just looking for things to take my breath away that I can put in the song, right? So that's the whole thing. So now, the crazy thing is that when I stop at a red light, I know it means something. You know what I'm saying? Like the most of it's like, dang, come on, hurry up. Like, when I stop at a red light, I'm like, all right, what you trying to show me? And
looking.
More than likely, there's gonna be a couple walking across the street, or at the red light across there's a couple arguing in the car. What they arguing about? Just like you can kind of pick something, or you'll always find like there's certain purposes. Sometimes things are really, really small. Sometimes, no exaggeration, literally just before this interview, so we working on a whole bunch of different stuff. And I was cleaning out the pool. My nieces and nephews were like, "Yo, we coming over. It's finally hot." We like, what in the world? So I run out there trying to clean the pool, but I got this interview at 6:00, right? So my son, my youngest, my 10-year-old comes out. He's like, "Yo, Dad, can we play some basketball?" I'm like, "Son, I gotta jump in the ticket." I'm looking crazy. I'm like, I gotta jump in the shower and I gotta jump in this interview. So he like, "Oh man." I said, "All right, wait. I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes. We're gonna play like hard, and whatever the score is at 5 minutes, that's gonna be the score, right?" I had to bust him. So it is what it is. He mad at me. It's like, let's call that time and let's just give it, because guess what? I got 5 minutes, right? Now I ain't have 45 minutes like we usually do or nothing like that. But man, like, just figure it out. And we had a blast. And guess what? We carved out. Still was able to come and take a shower, still able to be here on time. It's just like finding time, because sometimes it ain't that important. Or what's most important is that little 5 minutes.
Welcome to Kross Barz, the podcast where we discuss interesting topics or alternative perspective. I am your host, Big O, and I have with me
Tanae is back in the building one more time with our special guest, Mr. Eric Roberson, with his 18 studio albums, 2 Grammy nominations, countless collaborations, and a legacy rooted in Jersey soul. Give it up to a man who's beautifully all over the place, Mr. Roberson, y'all. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
And we got to definitely shout you out, because I was listening, right? So this whole weekend I had to get reacquainted, because, fan, what I'm saying? It used to be Rutgers Radio. So when you first came out, RLC, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was popping your stuff. That was me, Big O and the Falcon, but now I'm with Tanae. But listen, you made the best side nigga music in the world.
Not side, guys.
Side nigga music. If anybody understands what I'm talking about, this is, I promise you, like the side nigga king. Yo, for real, he said underground, like, independent king. I saw some of the monikers. I was like, nah, that ain't doing it justice. Side nigga king, he killing the game. Like, you were like Jennings.
That's a hell of a compliment.
You listen. Listen. I ain't get myself in trouble because we documented.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah. Hold up. Yo, when you made, can I borrow you for a second? Oh, that's the Sean dude intro. Yo, he ain't gonna mind. Let me just dance.
Yo, we had a good time.
Just a little bit. Just a little time.
Let's dance a little bit. You out here, I'm out here. We here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he ain't gonna mind. He probably gonna dance with somebody too.
Yeah. So I've heard people say that you make music that help you clean the house. But you talking about making music, a lot of people DMs that
Listen,
we try to write about all things, man. So we cover
indeed.
Areas.
So for me, when I was listening and I was reading the bios and stuff, and I was like, that ain't doing it justice. So I went back into the catalog and I was like, oh, nah, this is some side. This was the shit we was hitting. Yo, come on, just dance for a minute. Nah, don't even worry about it. He ain't idiot. Beautiful.
Look, you for playing fields. I know this part. He can't beat me. So
facts. Oh my God,
he can't beat me.
Yo,
that's hilarious.
You know what I mean?
Yo, let's shout out where you from and let's give you the total props. All right, so let's just
Broadway,
speak about
New
it.
Jersey, man. Shout
Broadway,
out to
Broadway.
Prison City. Let's stand up every day
for sure.
You know what I mean? So, growing up in Broadway, how was you able to express your talents? Because when I looked, it said that you was a rapper, and I was like, wait a minute, that boy is an R&B crooner. And I was like, well, what happened? And number two, what was your rap
name? So I was a big UTFO fan in like,
wow.
4th grade. So I thought my first rapper name was MC Doc. But I'm gonna tell you the funny thing, I still got a rapper name to this day. It's Rafloof the Almighty. Yeah, only my close friends. I got mad cats from Howard University, so they call me Floof. Right, like that's Ralph. So if we freestyle rapping in the back of the truck or whatever, like dress rehearsal, whatever, Ralph Floof the Almighty come out and stuff like that.
Ralph Loof.
It's been a joke. It's a joking name because we was always clowning, but I was always, real talk, I was a hip hop kid for sure. We were, I still remember this day. Like I said, we were kids, big UTFO fans in like 3rd, 4th grade, and we started a rap group called Junior MCs. My boy Kwame and my boy Jonathan. And Jonathan's older brother used to come home. I remember this like yesterday. Flyers and like saying, yo, we went to this party and there was this, like, it was a hip hop party. Well, what's hip hop? It's like this new music that's out here. I remember him saying, and I'm holding this flyer, looking at it like
what is hip hop?
Like, who are these people? Like, and then like literally before you know, we started hearing it. And then we were trying to duplicate it on the playground and the cafeteria. Being a Jersey kid, we was in church 3 times a week, of course, Sunday in mad choirs. And I had my sister is super duper talented. My sister was the one who really got me into music. So she was my older sister, and whatever she did, pretty much I did. So she was drawing, I was drawing. She played in a band, she was in theater. So it really trying to follow her.
Shout out to sis, yes.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Alicia. And my dad was bringing home like mad music, like it was just all kind of stuff from Stevie, Donnie, Chicago, Curtis Blow. So and then of course we Jersey, right? So when we went out to parties, it was house music, right? Like, that's what we danced to the whole night. So it was like,
yes.
So then now I'm sitting here trying to make music. My parents got me this keyboard, and I'm like, am I making gospel music? Am I making house music? And I think A Tribe Called Quest really changed. Like, it was like when I first heard them, it was like you could do it all. You really could do it all. Because I gravitated to hip hop, but I couldn't sing to hip hop at the time. I was a huge fan, but I wouldn't sing to like an EPMD beat necessarily. But when Tribe came out, I was like, I would literally like make my album. Their instrumentals were like technically what I would have sang to at the time. So that was all she wrote. After that, we was like, all right, let's just do it all. Let's try to figure it out.
So when you were big UTFO and you were rapping, right? And you had this rap name. So me, I had a horrible rap name. I was Oski. Ski was big back then. Ski was big back then. So Oski was my rap name. And I actually wrote my first rap song. I said, I'm got to take it seriously because my talk game, I was kind of nice. So I tried to write a rap.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
I'm dead serious.
We don't got no witnesses.
And no, watch this. And when I heard You Must Learn by KRS-One, I was like, yeah, let's scrap this up because I can't do that.
Yeah.
He broke down the Bible. I said, okay, I can't do that. I just
levels it is.
I went straight to beatboxing. I still could beatbox still, but I was like, yeah, let me try something totally different. But let's first get into you going to Howard University. Hold up now. My high school was repping deep there. Willem Brothers in the building. Yeah, you probably fly with a lot of them cats. Yeah, but at the same time, why in the world does everybody in the world go to Howard that play an instrument something? Isn't it like oversaturated?
They got a music,
But no, they could go other places. Like, you need to go to Central, you go to Del State, you go to Morgan, because right there it's like, everybody named mom is nice.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some definitely some HBCUs that really made an impact. I mean, Morehouse for sure. Like when you think of Peter Warren and Dana Johnson, I could run off a lot of cats who are really impactful. A lot of Bruno Mars band, a lot of what's homegirl, Janelle Monáe. That's all Morehouse dudes. Like that whole. But it's something about Howard, man. Like I like Chris Dave, who's like Rolling Stone put him in the top 100 drummers of all time, right? And Chris Dave came in my year, and Mint Condition did a show there and heard him in the practice room and hired him on the spot. Left Howard, and he went to play for D'Angelo and everybody. I mean, he's played like literally Rolling Stones put him in the top 100. I mean, that show you how amazing this brother is. But like that whole, just my class, like we got there a year after Puffy left.
Correct. So you got there in 92.
The Connies and the Robertas, and then like the whole Diddy wave or all the people he grabbed and stuff like that. Just the time that I was there, it's bananas how many people are in the industry.
You had a group that was there, Howard, that came to my school. I went to North Carolina A&T State University. Ooh, shout out Aggie Pride. But Pure Soul. And they were Pure Soul. It was 4 young ladies, beautiful. Yes, they had posters and everything. And I was like, what happened? But when I talked to one of my friends, Al Rick, and he went to Howard, he said, man, bruh, he said, you could point. He said, everybody can sing. And I was like, you can't sing. He said, that's why I pledged. I said, okay, I got you.
I mean, it really was like that. You think of, we all were like, they were super talented, and then Shy, which were great brothers, amazing. I wouldn't have a career, really. I always got to big them up, because when they blew up, I gave them my demo tape. Shout out to Garfield and Darnell. I said, just give it to somebody when you get to LA. And they before you know it, the phone just started ringing.
Bars.
That's really how I got my start. But but the crazy thing is, Shy wasn't even in the music department. They were just a group on the campus. We all knew each other. Everybody did music.
Oh, yes.
They were older. Wow. And they gave their demo to a DJ. He started playing it. 2 weeks later, they on Arsenio Hall. You know how big that is. Like they were on.
Back in the
2 weeks later, right? So it's like it was just crazy. But they would tell you that they weren't the best singers on that campus. I would tell you I wasn't the best singer on the campus. There were cats that. There was a girl I remember this day, like yesterday. She was a basketball player, and she was because she always had a basketball, and she was like a chemistry major or something. She was in something else, but we sitting on the front of Fine Arts. Every time she walked by, we stopped her to have her sing for us, because she could sing her face off. But that's all I knew. She had a song. She never did anything, but every time, yo, Keisha, sing a song for us real quick. Real quick, boy, you go to class, sing a song for us. And she would hold that little basketball. She'd sing. We'd be like, yo, she's crazy. And then she'd walk away. So you think of Rich Harrison, who produced like Dangerous, Crazy in Love for Beyonce.
Yes.
He wasn't even not even in the music department.
But was at the school.
Student who just was dumb crazy on doing beats. So you had a lot of that. Dwayne Bastiani, who landed a lot of stuff. Cy Smith, who was literally everything that's been arranged in American Idol for them first 20 years. That's all Cy Smith. Like all the background vocals and everything as well. She's an accomplished artist in her own right. So that's all Howard. It's just really, really crazy. But I will say that Shy, even before Diddy, because we didn't necessarily see what was really happening. That came after. But to be on campus and to see like somebody sitting next to you accelerate like that.
So go to the mainstream like that. It
kind of told you, I could do it. And then I keep it a buck. Like when I got there for the first 2 years I'm there, Marlon Wayans is just a classmate. He just around campus. He did more money and was still at school.
Yeah, I heard he dropped out after that.
That's wild.
He wasn't there long after that. But he was there. So I'm just more. So for me, like even after my first record deal didn't work out, going back to school it was hard, but it wasn't impossible, because I saw it happen, and trying to get this stuff figured out. But it was a great time, man. I mean, it was a super great experience just being around. And if I keep it a bucket, I was in a musical theater department, and my teachers were landing gigs. Al Friedman, one of my acting teachers, Elijah Muhammad in the Malcolm X movie.
Wow, that's dope. That is amazing.
I got because you going, and that's why I'm trying to. But I got a couple of other ones, because I'm trying to get it in. So now that these people are there, but I want to know, because you're from Jersey, and the history. And watch this. Do you think you would have had the same type of experience at Rutgers? Because at that time, Wyclef, Lauren, Outsiders. They're all up in Newark, Union County, all them cats, and they had a whole movement at Rutgers at the same time musically.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, Howard, Rutgers, and they both. And like I said, you ain't even mentioned 112.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, y'all had
I would say that, the course I went on, I was very blessed. My parents kind of directed me on a certain course, and we made the best of it. And I think it would kind of be the same thing if I went to. What I would tell you is, me being in the music program at Howard allowed me to freely chase my dream, right? Okay. Whereas if I would think that if I was at Rutgers, there's a good chance I might have been a political science major or in engineering or something. Yeah. So then chasing the music I got a scholarship to Howard, and I'll tell you this, I had no problem. So I won a talent show. I won a pageant, a male teenage pageant called Mr. Black Teenage. Let me tell you,
you was that far. You was that far.
My homies Ferrari clown me so hard when I won this thing. Mr. Black Teenage World. They was like, yo, you won a pageant? That they clown me to death. But winning it, I won the state, then I won the national. When I won the national, it gave me a full scholarship to Alcorn State and a full scholarship to Howard University.
Wow.
That was no brainer.
Was it talent? Was it for talent? Is that what it was?
No, that pageant.
It was a pageant. We had to be interviewed. It was a whole week-long thing.
Gotcha.
But talent was a part of it. And but it was the thing that said, like, if I won this, maybe I should, like, what about considering like doing music, trying to go to school for music? And Howard's program was just crazy. So it was like my parents were kind of like, all right, listen, you got a scholarship, try it.
Heck yes.
So me bringing my equipment to college, I think like me walking into the dorm room with a keyboard changed everything. Because literally when I walked into the freshman dorm room, they was like, yo, you do music? What floor you on? I'm on the 5th floor. It was.
And that was
on and popping from the moment I walked in. Like,
so at home, from home, you said you grew up in church and all that. So is that where that musicality came from? The keyboard playing already? What other instruments besides the keyboard?
So I'm a horrible keyboard player and a horrible guitar player. My band, I'm what you call a first date musician. Like I'll impress the hell out of you on the first date. By like third date, you playing the same thing. But in the studio, I could, I got enough where I could get the ideas out, where we could kind of, produce something and get some sounds out. But singing in church, I was singing in church from age 6, 7 years old. Definitely taught me harmony. But then, like I said, by junior high school, I was in theater following my sister. And so high school, I was deeply rooted into theater and all that stuff. So I was down to go down all that. But probably around 12 or 13, my parents got me my first keyboard, and it was a sequencer where I could like 16 tracks. So I could really get ideas, and that kind of just took my creativity to another place.
So how did you get to the United Tenors, since we're on the that with singing in that group with Fred Hammond and Dave Hollister and Brian? What?
By chance, what I would tell you is I'm a huge Commission fan. My musical gumbo is a Tribe Called Quest, Stevie Wonder, and Commission. That's the three. When I work on music,
that is beautiful.
I combine those three things.
Wow.
And probably for years through my career, I avoided meeting Fred Hammond. Like if he walk in the room, I'd walk out the other side because I wanted to one day be able to say, hey, do you see all I have? Like, do you see my awards? You see my cards? You see, like, yo, thank you. Like, you're the reason I'm up, right?
Wow.
So my team planned a trip for me to meet him. Like it was time. We knew some people that knew him, and we met at a restaurant. And there was no way to get out. You can go on YouTube and Google it, you'll find it. And we just became friends, man. We became friends. One day he called me and said, hey, I'm doing this album. You down be in a group with me? I was like, I'll play the spoon. I was like, what? Where? And
that is wild.
Still friends to this day. I mean, I'm in shock every time my phone ring and his name shows up on my phone. I'll be like, that's crazy.
That's really Fred Hammond.
Right. Commission is the reason why I started writing. Like literally picked the pen up and said, all right, whatever they doing, whatever that is, that feeling they giving me, I want to do that. So
yes.
Big up to Fred, and that's how the group started.
So because when I think of Commission, I always go back further and say, oh, Take 6. Because I say, all right, Take 6, then commission came later. But did you guys attend the same? I don't know the name. I think it's called Agape, the large church in Broadway.
No, so I was Second Baptist Church in Broadway. Okay. Yeah, I was the smaller. So Agape came later.
Then a little later. Yeah, that was there when a
little later. But Second Baptist is still there. My parents still go there. You know what I'm saying? It's still beautiful. But that's pretty much where I got my chops, man. And my first group was called True Faith, a little gospel group. We started at that church, you know, and just trying music. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Okay. Yeah. So now you've you know, you're at Howard, you have all these musicians around you. So why didn't you just say, hey, I'm gonna come out in a group versus come by myself? Because you had several groups that you said that you were in high school versus being a solo artist. Yeah, I know. So now
in Howard, we had a group called Mad Props. You know the rapper Tracy Lee?
Yes.
He was actually in the group with me, and a lot of my good friends to this day, my boy Phonte, his name Eric, we all called him Phonte, and Kevin and Dwayne. It was an amazing group, but we all were just solo artists that were like, we were just
came together.
Talent shows against Drew Hill.
I love that.
Like it was yesterday. But yet just didn't work out. We broke up before the deals, even like it just fell apart because we were just really technically 5 solo artists. You know what I'm saying? Facts. And then the deal came, but I probably would have been more comfortable, to be honest with you, in a group. You know what I'm saying? Like really just step out myself. But I mean, I'm open to all of it. I mean, you know, I did my boy Phonte. We did.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, I'm down to do whatever. Whoever want to work, I'm always down with that. But at the same time, I do the solo stuff too. That's what I made my name for.
And that's awesome, and I'm glad about that. Yeah. Okay. But Jay, now this is the other part, right? So when a few years ago, right, I think my wife was trying to set me up, and I was like, she was going on business trip. She had to go to a speaking engagement, right? And it was 4 artists that came down here to Charlotte. I'll see you on the 31st. All right, 4 artists that came down here. Now watch this. It was Raheem Devon, Dwelle, Rashawn Patterson,
love him,
and Laz Alonso. I hope I'm saying his name.
Laz Alonso.
Laz Alonso. He was the host.
Oh, Laz.
Yeah. Now watch this. I said, "Oh man, hey baby, we gonna go." She was like, "You know, I got to go down to Orlando to speak and blah blah blah." I said, "Damn." She said, "But you could go." I looked at her like this. I said,
you can go. Just sit in the back. You just could just sit in the back.
4 men. I want to go see 4 men, brother.
Yeah. No. I said, I knew she was trying to set me up. I said, "Oh, this is some bullshit." All right, no, I ain't going. So then I said, "Yo, if I made a concert, I could rival that." And she was like, "Who could you rival that?" Because I'm a huge Dwelle. I'm not so big a Dwelle because we went to him when he came to Charlotte and we was in front row and he sang to my wife and I feel some kind of way. Smiling like this, and I was sitting there looking at her like,
wow.
Like,
he's a hater. He's a hater, Eric. He's a hater.
I'm the fan. I'm the fan.
That's for the experience.
Look, she okay, but I'm the Dwelle fan. I'm like, I like you, Slum Village. Like, nigga, what the hell? Right. So I said, look, you bring Eric Roberson. All right. You bring this is a cheat code because you know Anthony Hamilton from Charlotte. So I was like, Anthony Hamilton, and then I said, and to really top it off, you bring Jaheim, and then what's my boy out of Detroit? I just said his name.
Detroit, like Detroit. What?
No, just like this, like Janice. I said, yeah, y'all like Janice. Like I said, now, and that could rival it because you know, because in my head, I was like, yeah, that could rival that one over there because you know I don't want them to get to shine because he might sing to somebody else's wife in the front row. But
oh my God,
anyway. I said, I'm prepping this because when we show up, brother. You know, when you see me, see me go, you be like, I'm gonna give you one. Look, I'm gonna do like one of these.
Yeah.
Look, you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go right there.
I'm not gonna sing borrow to your wife at all.
No,
yeah, you should, please. Yes, you should, please.
That will be karma.
Oh man, what if I'm singing right now? What if I sing like that? But he can't beat me. No, big old buzzer.
I got you.
You retired for days. You retired for
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
I'm gonna leave your wife alone.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, at my show, the goal is always to improve your evening. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah,
definitely.
So whatever you need to improve your evening with your queen, that's what I'm here for. That's what we
Thank you, my brother.
And he mentions that too in your book, Beautifully All Over the Place. I got a chance to take a read at that, and you were saying that about being the weatherman. Yeah. And how you kind of like you can predict the mood, the weather, the changes, with their music, and so you kind of, fit in right to that. And that's going to lead me to you said something about some people that you work with. So you've worked with a lot of different people. So how do you choose, besides the vocals, how do you choose somebody to collaborate with?
I'll be honest with you, and I really mean this, man. I've been in this business for 30 years. And I can count on one hand how many times I really like campaign to work. It's all about the duets I've done. More than likely is whoever I talk to that week. The people I collaborate with is more like, and even like, like the Tickler record with Phonte, super great. And they're like, when the next one come out, it's like when we decide to do it. Like at some point we're gonna do it. Like, I'm down, but I'm at no point. And I mean that the duet I got with Jill Scott, we just happened to be in the studio. The duet I got with Lake, who was speaking at a convention, I just wrote Dealing like a couple of days before that, and I was just there. Marsha Ambrosia, she came to the studio just to like, hang out. We cut 2 songs. So even the Lessons remix with Anthony and Kevin Ross, that has to be the people I was talking to that week.
Are you sure? Lessons?
Yeah, with the remix.
With the remix, I love that song.
There was really no campaign. Raheem called me. That's my brother, and he called me to big me up like, the joint's dope. I was like, we hear the instrumental, and then Kevin Ross, we shared the same booking agent, and he had some questions, like just needed some advice on some certain. He's killing, so he didn't need like big advice, but he just had some like touring advice. While we talking, hear the instrumental. It's like it was just as simple as that, and I mean really the book. If you dive into the book.
Yeah,
I talk a lot about like just being in tune, right? Like, So as a musician, life-wise, is the same thing. Like, what key is my day in? What key is like? Why is this person in front of me? Okay, this person in front of me because of this. Oh, that's it's missing a bass line. When I tell you, if I'm not coming up with a bass line, I believe that a bass player will be calling me in the next 24 hours.
Man.
And it's not coincidence. More than likely, what you need in your life is going to show up. You just have to be in tune to recognize it. I'm one who goes, yo, you know what? I got a song. Like so I shoot my shot when it's there, but I'm rarely ever like, oh man, I gotta get this to such and such and whatever. And I'm yo, come on, call me back. Hey man, if you call me, you call me. If I call you, whatever. But more than likely, I'm calling about your kids. Yo, how your kids doing? And before you know it, we talking, whatever. I'm sending you a beat, and next thing we collaborating.
And you said that too, which stuck out about your kids. And you were talking about being in the moment. I think you said they was running down the stairs to go to the bus, and you like I could either be rushing them out the door, or I could be fussing, or I could just be in this moment right now and be calm, and then maybe I take them to school. And we just have a great conversation. And something about that, when you said that, is just about literally being in tune, consciousness. Throughout the whole book, that's what I got, was a consciousness, faith, love, being aware, all of that. But when you said that, it kind of just struck a chord in me, like, because we're always busy. We're always doing something. We're always running around. And just to be still, to stay in tune. And that's how you stay on purpose. That's how you remain in that vein. That was so good. I love that.
Yeah, find time to find time. As a songwriter, I know how to write a song, right? So I'm just looking for things to take my breath away that I can put in a song, right? So that's the whole thing. So the crazy thing is that when I stop at a red light, I know it means something. Like the most of it's like, dang, come on, hurry up. Like, when I stop at a red light, I'm like, all right, what you trying to show me?
Looking.
More than likely, there's gonna be a couple walking across the street, or at the red light across there's a couple arguing in the car. What they arguing about? Just like you can kind of pick something, or you know, you'll always find like there's certain purposes. Sometimes things are really, really small. Sometimes, no exaggeration, literally just before this interview, so we working on a whole bunch of different stuff. And I was cleaning out the pool. My nieces and nephews were like, "Yo, we coming over. It's finally hot." We like, what in the world? So I run out there trying to clean the pool, but I got this interview at 6:00, right? So my son, my youngest, my 10-year-old comes out. He's like, "Yo, Dad, can we play some basketball?" I'm like, "Son, I gotta jump in and take a shower." I'm looking crazy. I'm like, I gotta jump in the shower and I gotta jump in this interview. So he like, "Oh man." I said, "All right, wait. I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes. We're gonna play like hard. And whatever the score is at 5 minutes, that's gonna be the score." Right. I had to bust him. So it is what it is. He mad at me.
Yeah.
It's like, let's call that time and let's just give it, because guess what? I got 5 minutes, right? Now I ain't have 45 minutes like we usually do or nothing like that. But man, like just figure it out. And we had a blast. And guess what? We carved out. Still was able to come and take a shower, still able to be here on time. You know, it's just like finding time, because sometimes it ain't that important. Or what's most important is that little 5 minutes, you know.
Right.
Things. So just trying to carve it. I tell you, man, you know, more than likely, most times now in my travel, after a show, there'll be a musician or artist that's waiting around after the show, and they want to talk. They got some questions, and 9 times 10, their question is going to be, "Yo, how you balance it? How do you balance a wife?"
That was a question, right?
And it's like, what? First of all, it's never going to be balanced. The way you balance it is how connected you are when you have time to be connected. You know, it's okay, I do 5 shows. And you know, how much time do you check in to always be available if your kid call or your wife call. But at the same time, when you get home, you're not on stage no more, right? So be just as present when you home as you present on that stage. But it's never going to be timed out evenly, you know. It's all about how you feel about what you're doing with the time you have, you know what I mean? So for me, that's the whole balance. I make a living doing music. I take care of my family through music, but I can never let them see that music's more important than them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just as simple as that. But I mean, is there times where I'm gonna feel guilty? I'm gone for 2 daggone weeks because it got some crazy schedule. Yo, it's gonna happen. You know, are you gonna miss certain things? You're gonna unfortunately miss certain things, but I try my best to make sure I'm home, you know, for what's important things, and when I'm supposed to be present, be present. You know, that's
okay. So my next question to you is, the one statement was the things that you're speaking of. Have you ever read the book The Alchemist?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So everything that you're saying, I'm like, that's The Alchemist. All the things that you need is right there in front of you. And everything. So that's why I was like, as soon as you said that, I was like, Alchemist, because I think every adult should read it. You're like, it's my second favorite.
It's a great book.
You know what I mean? But my next point, my question is that with all the things that you have done, what do you felt was the most difficult thing that you've done? Because performing all over the world, performing with different artists, raising a family, you know, having a wife, and being in entertainment, what is the thing that you said this was the most difficult?
It's up there. I mean, most difficult might have been going back to school after the first failure of the record deal. Like I tell people, like, you know, being signed to have a record deal while on campus was one thing. I would say those like, that's the dude that got the record deal.
Right.
Back, right after now the songs ain't playing on the radio no more. The video ain't playing no more. You know, it's like now, that's the kid that had the record deal, and you hear it. You hear the whispers. Yeah. I had to walk through. When I got back on campus, I had to walk. Yo, you back? You know what you back for? I thought you were trying to, you know. So that was tough. I ain't gonna front. That was tough. But nah, you know what was crazy was you know, I had vocal cord surgery. And I will tell you that the best way I could tell you is that all my dreams came true, but it was hard to live in it. Like I wasn't enjoying it. Like I'm now known. I'm now tour schedule crazy. And I was struggling to keep my voice. I was losing my voice after every show. And I didn't know I had a really bad acid reflux problem that was attacking my voice. And I had a blood hemorrhage on my vocal cords that I had to have removed, man. And I had to literally rebuild my voice. It took like almost a year. I had to go through speech therapy and all of that. But what I will tell you is that hardest thing, that was clearly, that's my answer. I mean, my recovery, what I tell everybody is I had to go 2 weeks without speaking. 2 weeks first. And then the next week is the crazy part. I could speak 1 minute every 10 minutes. So I had an alarm clock would go off every 9 minutes. I could speak for, but when I would speak, it would be like this. Yo, can I have some water? I said, that's like as loud as I could talk. That's all I had. I mean, it was nothing there. And then it would go off. So the next week after that, I speak 2 minutes every 10 minutes. The next week, 3 minutes. So imagine how slow, how tender all that was, like the build up.
Yeah.
When I tried to go back on the road, the doctors made me cancel 3 more months of shows. Money's looking crazy. It was like, wow. So that was really hard. But what I'll tell you is that it gave me a voice I didn't have. Like it didn't just give me a voice back. It built my strength that like now I could do 5 shows in a row and I can call my wife after a show now, or I could fly home, and record. So that's the part we gotta remember sometimes. Like this is the part if you were in the book, I said I thank God he didn't answer my temporary prayers.
Yes.
I prayed for
Me too.
I prayed not to have that surgery. I was like, God, please don't let me have this surgery. I know how dangerous, how crazy, whatever. Like,
yeah, because some people,
But thank God that he didn't answer that. He's like, no, you gotta have to go through it. And it gave me it allowed me to start teaching. I mean, even doing this interview before shows, like I would do shows and I would be on vocal rest till I had to go back on the road, like just because that's how beat up I was. So that was the hardest part. I mean, the doctors tell you that we're vocal athletes and we get injured at times. You know what I'm saying?
Right, bars, vocal athletics.
Yeah, yes. So we're pushing our bodies to this crazy, crazy limit night after night after night, and we got to make sure we're taking care of ourselves so that we can be 100%. When we get in front of y'all next time.
Absolutely. So we have part of our show where we ask you about your concert. So let's look at it. We got 2 concerts. Okay. Now it's one, the first day in heaven, God greets you into heaven and he says, hey, it's on you, big buddy. You got 4 artists, but they got to be up here. All right. And I want you to tell me the concert that you're going to ask for. Give me your 4 artists that's in heaven that you got to pick up. Only 4. No honorable mentions. Only 4.
Michael Jackson.
He said in heaven.
Michael Jackson and Prince. All right, got them too.
Can I put Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway as a duo?
No, only 4. Well, yeah.
No, that kind of 4, right? So Michael Jackson and Prince. James Brown.
Woo! Okay, there we go.
I scratched that. I'm sorry. I scratched that. Michael Jackson, Prince. I already got the craziness. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cover James Brown.
Okay.
Bill Withers.
Woo! Lovely day. Okay.
And Sam Cooke.
So you've had 18 albums, and you have a conversation with the version of yourself who created it. Which album would it be, and what would you say to it? If you could revisit one of your 18 albums and having a conversation with your version of yourself who created it, which album would it be, and what would you say to
that's tough. I mean, I really wouldn't want to have a conversation. No, you know what? I would go to the album Left, which is right at the time I started having vocal problems, and we'll just tell them like that everything is going to be for the betterment. You know what I mean? Just like stay with it, like because that was the point where the next album was Music Fan First, which kind of came. Eventually got to the point where like, yo, I'm a fan of this first. Like, dive back into being a fan of it and like give everything. It wasn't until after the box. The next album after that was I had the surgery, but Left was probably around a time where it was pretty dark period for me because the Left really meant I'm giving everything I have till there's nothing left. That's what the album was really.
Got you. Yeah,
I didn't know how much voice I would have left. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing. I would just tell them that keep going, it's gonna be all right. I think that's the thing I would mainly tell them.
All right. And so before we get out of here, I know you got some things coming up. You let people know where we can find you on social media. What you got going on.
Well, if you can go to EricRobersonMusic.com, and that's where all the shows, all the stuff that we're doing is coming up. The tour schedule is always crazy. We'll be in like Wake Forest on, I think, the 30th.
31st in Charlotte.
Charlotte on the 31st. Man, just having a good time. And the tour schedule is all in the EricRobersonMusic.com. And, the audio book actually, by the time you probably even put this out, the audio book will be out to the public as well. Man, I'm really excited about that because it's super musical as well. So man, just try to catch up with me anywhere you can.
What's the name of the book again?
Beautifully All Over the Place. The album and the book is both the same name.
Okay, why did you name it that?
It's just kind of where I was at spiritually over the last 2 years, man. You know, my dad wasn't well. He's doing a lot better now, thankfully. And I was really just retreating to music and writing just to kind of get through to feel better. Like that weatherman thing. Like sometimes I had to play music just to make me feel better that night. You know, like things were just that heavy. I was that worried or just trying to be there for the family, trying to push back frustration or something like that. So man, one day I'm crying, one day I'm laughing, one day I'm doing rock music, next day I'm rapping hip hop, next day I was doing soul. So all the music I did was just kind of that combination of just being beautifully all over the place.
I love it. All right, so check him out. Make sure you go look at the tour schedule. Oh, you go check him out when he hits Charlotte?
Absolutely. I'm not going to be in the front row. I learned my lesson. And tell Raheem that he was on tour with Floetry and he stole the show. He had the red suit and he started taking it off. Tell your boy now he done stole the show.
He's show stealing. Yeah.
He stole the show. Yeah, he stole the show. But I got my distance from you smooth, light-skinned dudes. Like, I'm not being up there. Y'all doing too much. You know what I mean? So I'm at a distance.
All right. Well, that's what I really appreciate your time again. Thank you so much for blessing the podcast. That's Big O. I'm Jay Tanae. And this is Kross Barz. And that's KROSSBARZ.com. You can find us on all your streaming mediums. Visit our website. Check us out. We love you so much. Stay tuned. Stay blessed. We love y'all. Peace.